Hello everyone, welcome back to channel CTET by Global Online. Myself Nihal. So if you are preparing for the CTET examination, you must understand that CDP, that is the first unit, okay, Child Development and Pedagogy, in which the most important topic, the Piaget, Kohlberg and Vygotsky theory, okay. Each and every time in the examination, the questions have been asked on this chapter. So it is very important to understand what is this theory about, okay. Even if you are going to be a future teacher, you must understand the stages of the children, stages of the students. So accordingly you will plan your strategy for the teaching. Clear? So these theories telling about these stages, okay. So you will understand the stages and you will plan your strategy. Clear? So I suggest everyone, each and every person who is preparing for the upcoming CTET examination, please watch this video till the end. Okay, do not miss any point because I will be explaining each and every point in the detailed explanation with the example. Clear? Now let's start. See, there is a best way of studying everything, whatever you are studying. That is the best way how you will study. You need to assume that you are there in that study or you are there in the study. Okay, for example, we are studying the Lawrence Kohlberg theory of moral development. Okay, so you need to understand that theory by just putting yourself in that situation. Clear? For example, if you are a teacher, then this is the first level of Kohlberg's theory that we will discuss. So as a teacher, how you will react with that child or that student in that particular situation. Clear? So that we are going to discuss in this theory, because these theories are stating that how you will behave with those students, how you will react with the situation, how you will teach those students from the different background or different behavior. Clear? So we'll start with the Lawrence Kohlberg theory of moral development. Kohlberg extended Jean Piaget theory of moral reasoning and proposed that moral development progresses through three levels and six stages. So basically these three levels having, every level is having two stages. Correct? That means total six stages are there. Emphasizing the reasoning behind decision, not just a behavior. So how he state that reasoning behind decision, not just a behavior, we'll discuss in this theory. So we'll start with the first level, that is pre-conventional morality, ages up to 9 years. So if the child is up to 9 years, this will be his or her first level, that is pre-conventional morality. Okay, so stage 1 and 2 is there in this level 1. The first stage is about obedience and punishment orientation. What is it? The person or the child or the student who is in the level first and in the level stage 1. Clear? That children obey rules to avoid punishment. Clear? Child will, what the child will do, he will try to avoid the punishment. Okay, what he needs to do, what he can do to avoid that punishment, to going away from that punishment. Clear? So he must be knowing that if you follow that rule, he will not be punished or she will not be punished. Okay, so that child will grab this situation, he will adopt this situation, he will adopt this all the scenario and he will grow like that. Okay, he will grow with that situation, right? So now the child is obeying the rules just because to avoid the punishment. Clear? So because children believe that rules must be obeyed. Why the rules must be avoided? Because to avoid the punishment, right? And the actions that are considered wrong, if they lead to punishment. Clear? Regardless of the intention behind it, whatever the intention behind that scenario is there, but that he or she must be knowing if he or she does something wrong, he will be punished or she will be punished. Clear? So what the child will do, the child will not do anything which is wrong, okay, which is against the rule, which is where the child will not break any rules. They will obey the rules always because they will get punished, right? For example, A child says, I won't steal the pencil because I'll be punished. Right? There is very cute example is there. Okay. If the child is above, sorry, up to 9 years, okay, the child is assuming that if the pencil is got stolen by the child, he will get punished. Clear? So to avoid punishment, he will not steal the pencil. Clear? That is the clear example that child is obeying the rules to avoid the punishment. That is the stage one. And in stage two, what happens? Individualism and exchange. That is instrumental relativist. What is it? Right behavior is what is rewarded or benefits the individual. That means if you're behaving correct, if your behavior is right, then you will be rewarded. Okay, the benefits are yours. Getting it? For example, I'll help you if you give me your toy, right? So that means you're helping someone. That is the good work that you're doing. Okay, but the consideration of that help is what is the toy. You will get the toy, you will get the benefit, you will get rewarded if you help, right? So that is the second stage where child will understand if we do something good, okay, we will get reward, we will get benefit from it. So always do right things, correct things, the moral things, the ethical things. Clear? That is the stage 2. So this is all about the level 1 where the child will understand how to obey the rules, okay, that is necessary, and how you should grow in a correct ethical manner, or we can say the child will understand the morality, the ethics. Okay, always do good things, not bad things. If you do bad things, you will be punished. If you do good things, if you are helping someone, you will be rewarded, you will be benefited. Clear? Next is level 2, that is conventional morality, early adolescence level, second level. Okay, and there are also two stages in that, the stage 3 and stage 4. Stage 3 is about good boy, good girl orientation. What is it? Good boy and good boy, good girl orientation. Okay, so you must understand how you should treat with that child, so you will able to let them know how to become a good boy or good girl. Getting it? All right. So third stage, okay, in which approval from others is important. Good behavior is what pleases people, right? So right behavior is that which gains approval from others. Getting it? People want to see or want to be seen as a good by those around them and act to maintain relationship, right? So you want to become a good person, you want to behave good with others, okay, and people also please those people, okay, treat good with that people who are behaving good with them. Understanding? So when you feel good to behave good with others, and those people are greeting good with you, okay, just because you are behaving good, so that thing is motivating the students to be a good boy or good girl. Understanding what I'm trying to say? So you feel you have to behave good with the other peoples to let other people behave good with you. Clear? For example, I'll help my friend because the teacher will think I'm good. Clear? I'm helping my friend and teacher is watching you that you're helping your friend. And why you are doing that? Because teacher will please you. Teacher will say in front of all the students that you are a good guy, you're a good boy, you're a good girl. Okay, so you will feel better. Clear? So that is how the students will grow. Okay, how to be a good boy or a good girl. That uh, good things will be adopted by the students. Clear? Stage 4 will be law and order orientation. Obeying laws and maintaining social order is right. Clear? I won't cheat in the exam. Rules are rules. Right? Like a first stage, obeying the rules. Okay, that means uh, to avoid punishment. Okay, that was the first stage. But in the fourth stage, that is quite similar with the first stage. What that is saying with the moral decisions. The moral decisions are made based on the maintaining the law. If you follow the rule, okay, that means your morality is in a positive way. Correct. If you're following or maintaining law, the orders, the authority, okay, rules and laws which are valued, right, that is essential to keep society functioning. So you should follow the rules. Why? Because maintaining the social, what we can say, the functioning or social orders, that is the correct way, that is the right thing, right? That is the morality comes here, what is right and what is wrong. So if you're obeying the rules, if you're following the rules, maintaining the laws and orders, that means this is the right thing. Correct. And the last one, that is conventional, post conventional morality. For adulthood, or not that much they have reached to the adulthood, okay, but till the adulthood, or similar to the adulthood, or near to adulthood. Stage fifth is about social contract orientation. What is it? Social contract orientation, okay, where laws are important but can be changed for the common good, right? The laws are must be seen as a social contracts, mean to be benefit the majority, okay. However, if the law is unjust, people may support changing or breaking it for the greater good. Here you will understand laws are important, you should maintain the rules and regulations and orders and all, okay. But where the rule is there which is not beneficial for the majority of people, that time the majority people should go and tell the government or the authority to change the rule or break the rule, or what we can say, the modify the rule, because it is not for the uh, better mankind, right? I mean, not beneficial for the people. Clear? That mentality will be developed in that stage, okay. In the stage 5, the student, the child is that much of aware about, or that much of clever, or we can say the intellectual ability, thinking ability, okay, will be that much of developed. They will understand how those rules or laws that we have maintained whenever we were child is not that important for the majority people, so that rule should be breaked, okay, or that rule should be modified. Clear? For example, a citizen supporting a protest against unfair laws. Okay, why people are protesting? Because that rule or that law, okay, is not beneficial for the people. Next stage is about universal ethical principles. Morality is based on the universal principles of justice, equality, and human rights. For example, Mahatma Gandhi disobeyed British laws for greater moral cause. Clear? Here you will understand the big rules that are made by the big authorities, that is not always good for the mankind, okay. That is not always good for the which is not morally good for the people. Yeah. So the good example is given, that is about the Mahatma Gandhi, okay. They have disobeyed the British laws because it was not beneficial for the Indian people. Clear? So here the child will able to understand, okay. They are more guided by the self-chosen ethical principles, okay, in terms of justice, equality, and respect for human dignity, okay. Even after, if it is necessary to break the laws, they will follow that thing. They will break the laws because it is for the human benefits, or mankind, we can say, okay, benefit of mankind. So that is the sixth stage. So these are the stages where how the child will grow, or his mentality will grow, his thinking ability will grow, his intellectual level will grow, and how he will think. That is the six stages given by the Kohlberg. Understood? Anything, whatever you, if you are not understood about the theory and any point, you can ping a message in the comment box. I'll explain you in the next session, okay. I'll clear your doubt in the next session. Next theory is about Lev Vygotsky social cultural theory. what he suggested in his theory. Vygotsky emphasized the social and cultural environment, okay, social and cultural environment in a child's cognitive development. Clear? So Vygotsky is basically saying how this social and cultural environment will influence the child cognitive level. Okay, and according to him, learning occurs through interaction with more knowledgeable others. So when you are interacting with the person who is more knowledgeable than you will learn something more from that person. Clear? That Vygotsky is trying to say about the social cultural theory, because social or cultural environment will influence you. Clear? In this, there are stages like first, zone of proximal development, ZPD, which is called in short. Okay, it is a gap between what a learner can do without help and what they can do with guidance. So there will be a difference between what they can do without help and what they can do with help. Understanding? This is the zone of proximal development. Clear? This is the very important concept in Vygotsky theory, which is telling about the range between, the gap between the learners who can achieve independently, right, without help, and what they can achieve with the guidance, with the help or collaboration. Clear? And see, the learning is very important and the most effective when tasks are within this zone. Clear? Not too easy and not too hard. Okay, which is not that much of easy that everyone can do, and which is not that much of hard, okay, which is no one can do. Clear? So in that zone, this is the first zone of proximal development. Clear? Teachers must understand what they understand. They must identify the learner's current ability and provide the suitable things, or you should provide as a teacher. You must tell the students, okay, you should provide or you should give some of the opportunities or challenges to the students with this zone to promote their growth. Okay, not that much of easy and not that much of hard, which is moderate. Clear? And as a learner, okay, progresses, their ZPD, that means the zone of proximal development, right, shifts more complex tasks. Clear? For example, a child can't solve puzzle alone but can do with the help from the peer or teacher. That is their ZPD, zone of proximal development. Here the students will understand better with the help of others. They are getting more knowledgeable with the help of others, interacting with others. Clear? That is your first. Second is scaffolding. Scaffolding is very important, really. Temporary support provided by the teacher or peer in ZPD, it is reduced as a competence increases. First, the teacher will show how to write, right? And then lets the child trace and later ask them to write independently. So now, like a parents, okay, they will teach you how to stand, how to walk, and then the parents will let you do all the things by yourself independently. Okay, get up yourself, walk yourself, run yourself, whatever, just do yourself. Clear? That is scaffolding. Okay, which is the temporary support by the teacher, parents or peer to help, okay, a learner to complete the task. Okay, so this support, that scaffolding, okay, or this temporary support could be in the form of hints, we can say, the instructions, the modeling as well. Okay, so when the learner becomes more skilled and confident with that help, the support gradually removed. Let them allow, okay, allowing them to work independently by themselves. Okay, so basically scaffolding is ensuring that the learner is not overwhelmed, okay, and build their competence step by step. It is crucial in moving the learners towards the mystery. Clear? So learner is trying to do something by themselves, but he has learned something by his peer, teacher or parents, and then he, with the help of them, he is trying to prove himself that he can do by himself or herself. Clear? For example, a teacher first show how to write A, then lets the child trace and later ask them to write independently. Okay, first he gave support to the student, or she gave support to the students to how to write A. Okay, but next procedure or next responsibility is the student responsibility how to write A by ourselves. Clear? That is scaffolding. More knowledgeable others, MKO. This is the third one. What is it? A person who has a better understanding of skills, teacher, parents, or peer. Right? The more knowledgeable other is someone who has a higher level of knowledge, something having a more knowledge than the student or child. Clear? Have a more skills or understanding than the learner. Clear? And this could be a teacher, this could be a parent, this could be a peer, or even digital tool as well. Understanding? So more knowledgeable others, the MKO, will play a very crucial role in guiding the student. Okay, through what? Through the ZPD, the first year level, by offering appropriate support. Clear? Then that learning become social and collaborative with others people, right? As MKO. Yeah. So there will be a chance of the student to correct themselves. Whatever, if the error is occurring, they can correct with the help of other. Clear? The presence of the more knowledgeable person, okay, in front of the student will accelerate the cognitive development. Okay. So for example, a senior student helping a junior in reading a story. Clear? Next, the fourth one, language and thought. Language is a fundamental to thinking, and children use private speech or self-talk to guide actions. So language and thought. Okay. So language is important. This is the foundation of thought, right? And then when you understand the language, when you complete your foundation of thoughts, then it plays a crucial role in cognitive development. Yeah. So first the children will use the external speech to communicate, right? Then private speech, that is self-talk, right? Why the self-talk will be used by the student? To plan, to guide himself. Their actions will be guided by his self-talk. And after some time, over a time, this self-talk will become the internalized, right? And inner speech or thoughts will be coming in his own mind or brain. Clear? And then he will gradually, what we can say, disclose those things. Yeah. So language is the important factor here. Language will help the children to organize the experience, to solve the problems, to regulate the behavior, to speak. Okay, it is not just a communication thing, or it is not a tool for a communication only. Okay, but it is also for the, it is a mental tool we can consider, because in your mother tongue you will understand better. You will able to speak very clearly. Yeah. So language is very important. Example, a child muttering, first I draw, then I'll color, while completing a drawing task. Clear? So first you need to draw, you need to understand, you should complete your foundation, that is language, and then you can color it. Clear? Then you will be able to speak, you will be able to present your mind, or present your thoughts, present your everything. Clear? So these are the stages. Understood? So these are very important to understand, everyone. The questions can be framed on these theories. Okay, later we will discuss some of the questions on that in the next session, but you must understand these theories first. Clear? I hope you have understood. If any doubt if you have in your mind, please put your message in the comment box. I'll definitely clear in the next session. Clear? Chalo, bye bye, have a great day, see you in the next session.